earlier, you could be a cusser. And you haven't cussed in years. And all of a sudden, somebody or something reminds you of your last cuss. And in that last cuss, that reaction, you found that those words, you thought they were gone. But they were laying dormant inside of you. And all of a sudden, they came out a song. And after they come out of you, you're sitting there saying, I don't believe that has happened to me. What in the world was I thinking? That's the whole point. What were you thinking? We're supposed to be delivered of these things. But the majority of us just allow the old flesh to lay dormant inside of us. And remember last week we talked about the skin that grew over all the trash, the skin that grew over all of the wounds and all of the debris. Well, we're pulling it back, and that's why that cuss word came out. Because you tried to cover it up instead of getting rid of it. That's what happens. That's why you punch somebody in the face. That's why you slap somebody. That's why you got fired from your job. That's why you and your husband can't get along. That's why you and your wife can't get along. Because instead of getting rid of these things, you just put them inside of you. And some of us are saying, you're so guilty. You're saying, I will use it when I need it. But God told us to put it off.
That's right. That's right.
God told us to let it go. How are you going to ever grow and be what you need to be if you're using it in a gunny sack to say, I'm going to wait for that moment. I'm just waiting for that moment for you to just act up on me. I love you, darling. And then he does something stupid, and boy, you pull that thing out of that sack, and you go off on him, and he turns around and says, what in the world did I do? What happened? And you may be one of those women that held it, and you dated this guy. He doesn't know it's there. And you saying, let him act a certain way towards me. I'm going to get it. I'm packing it down. And then he thinks he's got this beautiful bride. She walked down the aisle in her white dress. They've been married a few months. He goes on to work. She goes to work. He comes home. She comes home, and something happens where either the food's not right or the room wasn't picked up or something, and he says something out of line to her. And she went zip bananas off. And he's standing there like, who is this person? And now they've got to work through it. But because she's had it, listen to this. I know I got you laughing, but she's had it packed down so long, she forgot it was there. But he triggered her past. And that is what's going on with the majority of us. When we begin to act a particular way, let me tell you something. People who have this selective hearing, it's because you don't want to hear anything anybody have to say. You develop that from a young age. You've been yelled at and fussed at and cussed at and talked about for so long, you shut people down. And so when people start talking to you now, and they did you hear me? Oh yeah, I heard you. You're like, what's going on here? Because I know you weren't listening to me. But that's another trigger from your past. We always think is vociferous. We want to think that I got to blah, 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 blah all the time. No, people shut you down and you're still triggering your past. So the reason why I'm here today, and I'll be here every Friday, is to help pierce the very darkness of your past, to help you get rid of a lot of that gunk, that trash, all of that debris, all that hurt that's sitting in there, where you're guarding yourself instead of getting in the Word and letting God take it away. Let God guard your spirit Instead of doing that, you say to yourself, I may be this, but you're not going to mess with me. I am so broken. I'm so messed up. I hid it from you. Now it's coming out and I don't want it to because I really want to be like this.
Yes.
But because I can't, I'm working on what I know. I'm working on what I feel. I'm working on what someone else has built inside of me. And God is saying, I want to tear that kingdom down. And I want to build my kingdom inside of you. My kingdom is righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Ghost. God wants us to be happy the way that He desired us to be happy, not the way we build our own happiness. We build our own city. We build our own kingdom. We build a wall of protection around us to keep everybody out. You'll only come in as I allow you in. And boy, if you come in wrong, I'm getting you back out. You're getting out of here. And we don't care how we do it, you're getting out of here.
That's good.
And so this is really, that's not how God wants us to be.
That's right.
The purpose of this ministry is to help you to be free, to help you to see what's going on. And yes, it's humorous when we take a look at some of the things that we do, how we act, how we hide in corners because we don't want anyone talking to us, how we turn our back and cut our eyes at people and say things we have no business saying and doing. Don't take me into a store with you and you still haven't gotten rid of those issues, and because someone did something wrong, I'm going to walk away from you because I do not know you. I thought we were believers. I thought we were Christians, and you just went over there and gave somebody a 4-letter word, and I was supposed to be with you, and you said, don't you go to that church over there? I don't know her. I don't know her. And so that's how we need to act. We cannot be around darkness if we're supposed to be light. How will I ever, and how will we ever pierce the darkness of your past if you don't allow me? You have to get to a place of truth. You have to get to a place of believing enough in yourself to trust God, even through the pain, to take it away. That's right. To trust God, even through the pain, to help you get rid of it. One of the ways that I had to learn was I see Him as my daddy. Yeah. I may not have seen Him, but at one time in my life, I didn't believe in Him either. Right. I didn't see Him. So why should I believe? I see you acting up on me. So why should I believe somebody that I don't see? So I got to a place where I had to go into a quiet place and say, Lord, I'm just really tired of this. I don't know what's going on with me. Sick of me. How many of you just really get to a place where you're sick of you?
Yes. Yes.
You're sick of hurting. You're sick of causing problems. You're sick of people walking away from you. You're sick of people doing things. So you get to a place where 10 people have done this one thing to you, but all of the blame. But you finally get in the mirror and you say, wow, it's really me. Something's really going on with me. That's right. And so you go to God and you say, God, I read your word. I love your word. I thank you for what you're doing in my life. I don't like me because this is not the way you created me. This is what you expected from me because you're the potter. But this is what happened to me. I became all broken and all shattered. And as I said one time, the only reason why I cannot put this back together is because the pieces that are needed were so shattered that I could not put them back together. And then we get to a particular age where we make up in our mind that nobody's going to tell me anything anymore. I'm going to live the way I want to live, and I'm going to develop it. I'm going to design it. I'm going to wipe the whole canvas clean again. I'm leaving home. I'm going to go as far as the east is from the west. I don't care where I go. I'm going to go to Africa. I'm going to go to Europe. I'm going to go to Russia. I'm going to go hide in one of the islands. But I'm getting away from everybody that I know. I don't even want to be connected to my family because my family's crazy. I don't want to be with them because they're abusive. I don't want to be with them because they don't know who I am. They brought me into this world and then they treat me like dirt. They treat me like I'm nothing. I don't know that I didn't ask to come here. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be be this way, but yet you brought me here, and I didn't have a choice as to who my parents were going to be. I didn't have a choice as to who my sisters or brothers were going to be, but this is where I am. God did it. It's his divine plan. So how is it that we're not walking in his divine plan? How is it that nobody's helping me develop into the plan that God said that this is the desire that I have for you even before you were formed in your mother's womb? Why is it that I'm not walking in that design? How is it nobody's helping me? How? Because I don't know how to do it. So you get into the word and you find the word and you said, I'm going to redevelop me. I'm going to do some things. I'm going to change some things. I'm going to walk in anger, and anybody that treat me a particular way, I'm going to get them before they can get me. This is what we find ourselves doing. So this is what you finally did. This is what you created.
Wow.
After the image of your imagination. Not after the image of God, but the image of your imagination of what my life should be like. You have no idea what tomorrow holds. You have no idea how the day is going to unfold from you from the minute you step on a curb at a street to the minute you begin to cross that street. You could make it across.
That's right.
But God could see fit to shorten your life and you never make it across.
Wow.
That's good.
Very good.
Right.
So we have to decide what our destiny is going to be like.
Indeed.
According to God, according to his word. And that's why I'm here. You know, I shared a few weeks ago that I was going to be raw with my word, but actually I don't think it's just being raw. I'm going to take that word away and just say I'm going to be real.
Right.
Because people need real.
That's right.
People need honesty. People, when they come to you,
That's right.
when people come to you and they ask you a certain thing, and they know, when they came to you, they already knew they had a problem.
Right.
But they wanted to know if you could help them.
That's right.
And they come to you and say, do you think such and such is wrong with me? Oh, no, honey, you're okay. Let's just pray. So you pray and you get up and say, I'm still feeling the same way. What in the world?
What's she talking about?
How come you don't sit down? How come you won't sit down and talk to me? I came to you and I asked you for truth, and you won't give me truth.
Right.
Well, guess what? Having lunch with Birdella will help bring that truth out.
Yeah.